Hey folks, Reviewy McReviewface here, and today we're making our whites their whitest. So I wear a lot of white t-shirts, and like a lot of guys, I have problems with these white t-shirts getting discoloration underneath the armpits. Now no, this is not a cleanliness issue. This is a deodorant and antiperspirant reacting with your shirt issue. So I have a lot of white shirts that have some big ring around the underarms, and I'm not sure what to do to change that. So what I did is I went online and looked at a couple of different alternatives of things I could do to get my white t-shirts back to looking new again. So I've got 4 different alternatives here that I'm going to test out today and see which one works the best. Number 1 is one of the internet's favorites for cleaning white t-shirts, and it's a combination of hydrogen peroxide and dish soap.
There, he's let the cat out of the bag.
Number 2 is going to be our control. Nothing. Not adding anything to it. Number 3 is OxyClean. We're going to try OxyClean on the armpits, see if that helps. And number 4 is bleach.
Oh, God. How can a man be so dumb and live?
Which is what everyone says you shouldn't do to deal with yellow armpits. Let's see how bad it gets. So the recommendation for all of these is to mix it up, put it onto the stained part, and let it sit for 24 hours. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to let all of these sit for 24 hours, and to test if there's any difference between scrubbing it in and just letting it sit. On the left side, we're going to be scrubbing. On the right, just letting it sit. We'll let that sit there for 24 hours and then we'll wash and see what the results are. Alright, so we're going to start off with t-shirt number 1. Note the 1 on the collar there, mixing up a little hydrogen peroxide and dish soap. That's lavender dish soap, in case you're wondering. So what we're going to do is flip that t-shirt inside out, grab that left armpit, and we're just going to dump on some of that solution that I very carelessly measured together, and then give it a good scrubbing with what I learned later was the wrong type of scrub brush for this. And then, of course, we'll flip it over, get that other armpit out, dump the rest of the solution on there, and then just let that soak in, kind of dab it around, make sure it covers up as much as possible, and then let the whole shirt sit for 24 hours and see how it turns out the next day. Ball that up and toss it to the side. Shirt number 2, of course, has nothing going on, so we'll ball that up and throw it off to the side as well. Shirt number 3 coming up, and this is our OxyClean shirt. So we're going to grab that left armpit again, flip it inside out, give it a good soaking with the OxyClean, and give it a good vigorous scrubbing. Now, I probably didn't scrub these quite enough, but it was for the test. I think it did all right for the scrubbing. We probably could have scrubbed a little harder. And of course, go over to the right. Again, just give it a soak, but no scrub. Just kind of dab it in there, make sure it's all saturated. And then, of course, ball it all up, toss it to the side again. And finally, shirt number 4, and this is our bleach shirt. So we'll grab again that left armpit and very carefully, so I don't splash all over my clothing, I'm going to pour on some bleach onto that stain, and again, give it a good vigorous scrubbing with our very stiff brush. Flip it over, do the same thing on the other side, except, of course, no scrub, and just let it sit for 24 hours and get it ready to go into the wash. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Alright, so popping fresh out of the dryer, shirt number 1. This is our internet concoction, and look at that. There is a clean spot in that armpit. It's got rid of some of the stain. Now, the non-scrub side didn't do as well, so we definitely want to scrub those shirts. Shirt number 2 coming out of the dryer here, and we'll take a look at that armpit. Surprise, surprise, no change. That's probably because we didn't do anything to this shirt. It looks exactly the same. Looking on the right side, where we also did nothing, of course, no change. What a shock. Shirt number 3, and again, this is our OxyClean shirt. So take a look at that left armpit, and it's definitely lighter stain with a big clean spot in the middle. I'd say that that is a definite win. On the non-scrub side, maybe a little bit lighter, but you know what? That stain is still pretty prominent. So again, scrubbing required. And finally, shirt number 4. This is our bleach shirt. We take a look here and you can see there's some big bleach stains there. And the stain is a little lighter, but the rest of the shirt looks really, really bad. And then of course, if we take a look at the non-scrub side, the stain looks still really dark and lots of bleach spots. That is a downside. That one is going right in the rag container. All right, so here are our 4 shirts. Now, as I showed you as they came out of the dryer, the non-scrubbed side did significantly worse on every single shirt. So, the first conclusion we're going to come to is whatever treatment option you use, make sure you take a scrub brush to it. Alright, so we're going to go through from worst to best. Obviously, the worst one is the one that didn't get any treatment at all. It is as stained as ever. No change there at all. Second worst, of course, is the bleach. No surprise there. Even on a white shirt, you can see you get bleach stains. Who knew? Now, there is a slight reduction of stain right here, but the shirt's all blotchy. This one's going to be used for rags. Definitely don't use bleach to try to take out stains on your white t-shirts.
Good!
Then we come to our 2 actual competitors. We have our OxyClean and we have our mix of hydrogen peroxide and dish soap. And I've got to say it's a close race, but if you look at the clean spots here and here, this is where the scrub brush really went to town, they're pretty close. I think the stain is slightly lighter. It's a little yellower, but it's slightly lighter here. But I would say either one of these solutions would work.
Say, that's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. It's perfect.
So, OxyClean Max Force, you know, it is going to be the more expensive option than going with the hydrogen peroxide and some dish soap. Those are things you probably have around the house. Give it a good scrub, let it sit for 24 hours and you're going to do all right. But at the same time, OxyClean didn't do too bad of a job either. Either one of these are going to be a much better solution than either one of these.
Gentlemen, after that, there isn't anything more to say.
But hey, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you my review. I'm Reviewy McReviewface, and I'll see you next review.